There's one project left. Very important project.
Last week, we finished this bleeping bathroom. I mean, minus a couple things we're going to do in this video. But phase 1 is basically complete. The tub is amazing, and having 2 shower heads means you don't have to wait to take a shower after hiking. So yeah, it was totally a pain to install, but absolutely worth it. Which brings us to this week.
What's up, friends and family? It is Tuesday. What is the date? September 24. Oh my goodness, September 24. I am here in the bathroom. It's almost done. Can you believe it? It's almost done. It's crazy. It's weird being in here. A lot of finishes that we're going to leave here, but I do have some work I need to do today, such as the step and like the side of those things and surround, whatever. Whatever. I should have done them before, but I really just wanted to get everything in. So look, usable toilet. Chelsea did bathe, finally. She bathed in there. I mean, she bathes regularly in the shower, so just joking, kids. Yes, we still don't have these. I think these will come in on Friday. And I don't know, I don't know what happened with this. We ordered this so long ago. There's so many reasons why. I was like, why did we order stuff so much in advance? And some of it was because we saw it on sale. We knew we could store it. Next project, I swear. I'll wait. I'll wait for that thing. I'll order it when I need it. So lots of things like that instead of trying to keep it intact and stuff. I mean, now I have some stuff I have too much of that I'm just piling in the back. So anyways, fun things here. This place is coming together. It definitely feels more like a home. So we got to get inspections done. It kind of seems like from everyone I talked with, is like they seem to just care about you paying your taxes. So just you'll probably be all right. And plus some of the inspectors already saw the stuff, so they're like, if you're doing a good job, they're not gonna harass you, just like in QA and everything back in everywhere else. But anyways, keep this short. That's all that's happening here. I'm trying to finish this. We're gonna leave some trim work here and there, and I'll work over in the next couple of weeks, months. But this is like this potentially. I mean, if I do everything right, this could be one of the last like full days of like actual. We need this done until they get the faucets, but I'm not too worried about connecting that. Yesterday I took off work. I didn't think about this place. I kind of did a little bit, but I try not to on those times. I respect that time off. And man, I'm like, this is what my life is gonna be like. It's awesome. My life is awesome. I still need to deal with all my problems, but I got 8 million problems, but having a house to live in is not one of them. This morning, I just did some quick stuff, put some, around the steps to, what are we calling that? I don't even know, whatever. The lift, the riser. We went ahead and just did, what's it called? Tongue and groove around the whole perimeter here. Mainly because I just did not want to do any more tile. I was going to do tile there. I think that was a me thing. I was like, hey, I'll do tile there and all that jazz. And it's cedar. It's got spar urethane on there. It should be fine. I don't imagine my wife splashing water in everywhere, all over the bathroom to damage it. But it is cedar, so I anticipate replacing it in the future. But let's just hope that day is in a while, because I don't want to do that right now. Got the faucets. I'm going to install those here now. Once the faucets sink's up and running, Okay. Funny thing about that, I might review a video soon. This must have been in January, February, maybe. I don't know. Maybe even March. I don't know. Probably February. Well, I don't know what data I used to calculate where I was going to put the pipes for the sink, but they are both symmetrically in the right place, just not where I need them to be. So they're just a couple inches off. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut some holes in this vanity, even though there is a hole right in the middle where I wanted to put it, but I don't know. I feel like I told Chelsea, I feel like I just used a made up number and just said, okay, it'll be 18 inches from the outsides, boom, and then went from there. I have no idea. Whatever it is, it's not right. So whatever, we'll get it to going. Let's get that going because it's the last thing. So that didn't take very long for me to get to a stopping point. I guess it's been a long time since I've installed a sink. Don't have nearly half of the items that I need. Actually, I should probably go through everything that I need to do before I stop. Because I started to install the drain, and real quick I'm like, hey, wait, this pipe looks like it's 1 1/4, which is what I don't have, because I have 1 1/2. See what I mean about my holes here? Get in line. Can I get my face out of the frame? I don't know. Whatever. It'll be fine. I just might have to drill. I might could aim it. We'll figure it out. We always do, right?
There is plumbing. As Brian pointed out, this might be the last plumbing we have to do in the house before final inspections, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and test it. It's gonna go turn on the water lines in the crawl space. Then we'll turn the valves underneath, test the faucets, check for leaks. There's usually a leak. FYI, if you're DIYing something, it's probably just because you didn't tighten it enough, you know? No worries, just check it, try it again. You'll probably fix it. This is exciting.
Alright, let's do this one. Ooh, it's fun. Oh, that air. Can you do that one?
Sure. Ooh, it's hot. Any leaks?
Yeah, I have a leak.
What?
Where's it from?
It's a drain.
I think it's a drain, yeah.
The exciting thing is now we can brush our teeth in here.
Oh, yeah. That is really annoying.
Yeah.
That sink was not made
It was
for brushing your teeth.
actually not great.
Washing your hands, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And your hands better not be that dirty. You better wash your hands before that, because I'm gonna capture all the dirt. You'll see it.
You pre-wash your hands.
Yeah, you pre-wash your hands.
Oh my gosh. There's one project left. Very important project. We need light in the kitchen. Especially since the sun goes down a lot earlier now. We notice it gets really dark in here at 7. So we're gonna hang some lights up. We don't really know what we're doing. We're just doing. Let me provide slightly more context. So we're going to be making our own light from a bunch of random light bulbs and cables and all the other intricate parts necessary, because we want there to be scattered light everywhere, but we also need some over the cooktop and the island and sink. So there's a vision
there's not necessarily a very clear path for it. Hopefully that helps.
Neither of us are electricians by trade, so we're not really showing off the how-to of creating this light in case someone tries to copy our non-professional skills, builds their own light, burns their house down, and blames us. We don't want that to happen. The cool thing about this light is how it has evolved from the very beginning, nascent idea that Brian had. He had talked about building a custom light for the kitchen since really the very beginning. First, it was just a light for only over the island, and it was going to be a suspended herb garden. But to get the eclectic coffee shop look I wanted, we needed more bulbs, more sizes, more variety. If you have a little bit of electric know-how, building a custom light can be an awesome way to inject creativity into your space without spending a fortune.
3. Oh my gosh, it's so bright.
So bright.
Maybe take it down several notches.
There we go. Got a light.
Got a light.
Yeah, so I don't know if I did any filming of while I made this. So I made this light.
There's very little filming.
Yeah, because I was just like doing it. I was tired. Actually, what had happened was I was like, we're not going to work on the weekends anymore. And I was like, well, you know, putting a light up is like a doodad thing, you know? And then I started to put it together. I was like, oh, yeah, putting it together is going to take all day. So Sunday, I think I spent like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours just wiring it all. Originally, it was actually supposed to be a lot more difference in the length of all the wires. And I opened the package and I saw 150 feet. And I was like, man, I could have swore I ordered 200 feet. That's just crazy. So I just did it. I was like, okay, I'll make it work. There's 15 lights, so I was like, okay, I could do them all 10 feet, but I want some a little longer than the others, so I did a little bit, but you know, and I made it work. And then I started putting everything together, and I looked in the box again. I don't know. This is why you inventory your stuff, right, folks? I was like, there's another 50 feet in there, so like, I already cut everything, and I think I even installed a lot of the stuff before I saw the other 50 feet, but here we are. But I think we're really happy with it because the light, our goal was to make sure that there's not like any shadows for people sitting here if we're sitting at the bar, or if someone's washing dishes, or at the cooktop, or the oven, anywhere basically. You mean in the kitchen, there's not like weird shadows everywhere, you know. And I think we achieved it. So if we wanted to, we could make that a spotlight too. We just like wanted to have some fun. I always wanted to make a light like this, and I was like, hey, why not do it when you're making the house? So this is historic for us though, because this is like one of the last big things that needed to be done. So yeah. Other than that, there's still like trim. Trim is important. Trim is really important actually, but I'm not in a rush to do that. Not in a rush to do it. I'm not intimidated by it anymore, but
Trim is not part of phase 1.
no, it's part of
Whenever we get to it.
Not anytime
It's
soon.
gonna be room by room.
Yeah. We just wanted a lot of light.
Yes.
Like, light in the space, not spotlight, because in the winter it gets really dark and sad. Like December is it's a little rough how much darkness there is. The sun sets like 4:30 behind the mountains, and then at 5 o'clock.
There's always a cloud too.
And then there's always a cloud, so it's like 4:15, and you're like out walking the dogs, and you're like, oh my gosh!
It's a cloud right over the mountains, and sunset's right there, so
You lose.
it's like the mountains are up even higher.
And then it doesn't come back up until like 8 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this, but having this like just really bright in the space, I think will be helpful.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
very cheery.
Yeah, it's cheery. Yeah. So it's not, when we have it more bright, when we have this brighter, there does fill in the whole space.
Yeah.
But there definitely is a void over there, so they're gonna do something over there.
Yep.
This ceiling fan is probably gonna go. I don't know when, but it's gonna go. We're not right now. I don't know if you've seen it. We have the table under there, and I have the fan air going up and around because Chelsea and I were actually just talking about it. We're like, hey, you know, or I was messing with this outlet over there because we were gonna put.
I didn't move.
Well, I was talking. You went back there. It feels like I'm just like pushing you out of the frame. This space is, we're kind of using it like a multi-use right now. So during the weekend, we actually moved the couch over, shoot the projector on the wall. And we didn't think about doing that ever. Like, that was never the plan.
No.
It just worked out. Yeah.
But it's nice that a TV is not the focal point of the space.
Mm-hmm.
We're encouraged to do things like puzzles and bake and just like think or talk about ideas and stuff. So
Yeah.
and then the light fixture theme I'm calling eclectic coffee shop, and so I'm feeling very like creative around it. Has good energy.
Good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah. We'll leave you guys with a nice view of the lights. Showing off the light in the daytime, so you can see they're not on, just adding ambiance. Turned on the camera today because I was actually going to film this yesterday, and then I didn't, and I'm going to talk to you about why. I thought I had grand ambitions of being like, I'm going to clean the RV, I'm going to take all our stuff out of it, it's going to be great, it's going to be really cathartic. Well, it was. We haven't been in the RV consistently since July, so 2 months. We stopped showering in there sometime in the beginning of September, and since then, the mice just decided to claim it as their own. I have never seen so much evidence of mice through excrement, and it was so gross that I couldn't film it for all your sakes because it was just so disgusting, but also because I was like going through these feelings of just like, ugh, every time I went into the RV. So we cleaned it yesterday. We got all of our stuff out of there. We threw a ton of stuff away, like 2 contractor bags. We do still have the pass-through storage in the front to clean out, but most of that actually, I don't know where it's going to go. So we're keeping it there, but we are going to move it. We're going to film that because this is a historic occasion, but we're going to move it, and it's not going to be connected to water, power, or sewer, septic. And this is a big deal. So we're going to film it, momentous occasion, and I'll probably tell you more about like how awful it feels to walk back into the RV at this point. So let's go. Anderson wedges?
Yeah, the wedges should be in the back. The ones that go back to front should be in the front.
For those of you that are new here, we used to live in this thing. That's crazy. For over 2 years. Ew. So one fun fact Brian just figured out is that we lived in our old house only like 1 month longer or 2 months longer than we lived in this trailer. That's exciting.
Yeah. The thing about living in that house though, it was like in renovations basically like half the time.
Awesome.
In the first half it was not renovated like at all. So.
It's awful.
Yeah, really bad. So.
Like holes in the floors, bathroom from the early 90s. All right, here we go. We're gonna move the thing to its final resting place, at least until I need to clean it, paint it, and sell it.
Don't be looking for this on RVTrader.com, all right? It's not a collector's item. It's far from it.
No, do look for it at RVTrader.com. It's definitely a collector's item. What are you talking about? Hype it up. You guys can't wait for this.
I don't want anybody who cares about us or I could care about. I'm not saying the person who's gonna purchase this is gonna. I don't care about them, but I'm saying like, I need to get these memories out of here. Like I don't even know if I'm gonna go back to the old videos when we have it. Like good riddance. Like oh man. It's weird going back in there after being in the house. It's weird. So I appreciate your service. It's future Chelsea and Brian's problem.
Yep.
Because now we don't want anything to do with it. So now we got to get rid of it. Legally.
Maybe.
This point marks the end of phase 1 of the build. Brian will be spending the next couple weeks getting ready for final inspections, which is honestly really boring to do and super boring to watch, so there won't be a new video a week after this video comes out. But we will keep you guys posted afterwards, after we have our inspections, we get our CO, and hopefully get around to building the bathroom doors. We just wanted to thank everyone who has tuned in and sent positive thoughts and helpful words of advice our way. This has been an incredibly difficult project in every sense of the word, and has profoundly changed us as individuals. We are not YouTubers by trade. We don't make any money from this to pay our bills. Sharing this journey with you is a true labor of love that we do to hopefully motivate someone else to chase their wild and crazy dream in this life. We hope that you get a chance to line up your stars and make something amazing happen too.
Cool. Hey, vented correctly.
Last of the plumbing.
How's it?
So,
Plumbing.
so anticlimactic at the moment.
It really is. It's like, well, it's done.
Oh, we're done.
I didn't
Oh.
put these on straight.
I worked very hard to make sure we were on straight.
I did too.
Because I thought you would judge me.
Yeah, I was gonna judge you. Judging me. Judge myself for judging you, prejudging you. Everybody's gonna be on straight. I'm just joking. I didn't say any of that. It's all messed up.
It's definitely not going to be straight if Chelsea does it. It's
Yeah,
going to
that's
suck. And I'm still going to tell her to do it.
Yeah, like definitely. Man, you know, when we put these on, they gotta be. There's only one way to put them. I mean, mine are this way. I'm just joking. I was.